want to do shit. That's just some weird shit.
Okay, this is gonna be one of the saddest videos I've had to make in a while, because the deeper you look into this, the more heartbreaking this whole situation becomes. If you haven't already seen the viral clip, this is John Boulderjack. He was Stan Lee's assistant for the last 4 years of his life. But, key point here, John said that he wasn't just Stan Lee's assistant. He said that he was his confidant, but most importantly, his friend. And a couple of days ago, which is now over 6 years after Stan's passing, John posts a trailer to a new documentary he's working on. In the trailer, he comes out with bombshell claims that Stan Lee spent the last years of his life enduring mistreatment, manipulation, and betrayal at the hands
how they're abusing elders and shit. Like, I saw a clip, he saw a clip of he was sitting on a chair, he was talking about like, oh, you said, oh, that was the last one, and something like he was over with it, because like they were making him film and say something in the film after him over and over and over again. Oh, tired of it. After the guy said, oh, you're never done.
Into the people closest to him. He went on to say that at the time, he didn't have the power to stop it, but he did have a camera and he filmed everything. And after setting out the whole plot, he then speaks directly to the public, and he says he needs our help to finish the film so that he can expose the truth and bring Stan the justice he deserves. He then announces a $300,000 Kickstarter so that he can get this documentary over the line. Oh my lord, if John thought that this, the public was gonna get behind it and support it, man, that massively backfired. There are 46 comments on his Kickstarter, and every single one of them paid just so they were able to call out this project. Some of the biggest YouTubers are now making videos on the situation, including Penguin Zero. It's going hugely viral on X, and you never want to go viral on X. And people are commenting saying things like, if you were by his side for the last 4 years and filmed everything, why didn't you say something when it mattered, not 6 years after he's already gone? Honestly, with the backlash that this proposed documentary is now getting, I wouldn't be surprised if he deletes the whole Kickstarter by the time this video goes live. And unfortunately, looking into this video, it goes so much deeper than just John. It was
that guy, bro.
And unfortunately, looking into this video, it goes so much deeper than just John. It is truly horrible stuff. So, with that being said, gosh, I feel like this is the wrong time to do an enthusiastic whipping. So, let's stop the yap and let's get cracking. That was a respect whipping, so. News, Daddy. Okay, so along with the trailer for the documentary, which I'll put in the description, I don't think I want to play it here, it just gives them a reason to copyright it and take the video down, but also released was some exclusive clips from that documentary. Now, one of these you really have to watch to get an understanding of what we're going to go through.
Now, are you ready to give a riveting speech? You're going to change lives.
Yeah, look at him, look at him. I was finished with literally. And they probably gave him like 20 different scenes and lines to do, and he did it. And they come back for more.
What do you do now? You're never over.
You what? I said I thought I was finished, but apparently I'm not.
Look, once we're done, we'll get out of here.
Now what do I do here?
Same thing, talk about you. We'll make some new questions.
But I don't have the...
Yes, you will. Yes.
You get your money's worth out of me.
Every single penny.
Penny, like 5 pennies.
Yeah, pretty bad. So the guy behind the camera is John, as you can see by the long hair and the tattoo on his right arm. And he's the one that said to him at the very beginning, you're never over, which I get it. It sounds a little bit like a joke, but it's not. Is it? And he says that to him after Stan says he thought he was done. The next guy that comes over and is in a lot of clips of this whole thing is a man named Max Anderson, and he was Stan's road manager. Now, here's the crazy part about Max, because he and 3 other guys, including Stan's own attorney, let me just say that with a point, all were accused of elderly abuse and financial exploitation. And these were the people whose literal only job was to protect him. That's like freaking going to your doctor
and them giving you some fucking poison to eat or drink. You see that? So.
because you got lung cancer and they prescribe you cigarettes. That's what it's like. Now, the worst of these accusations, at least to our knowledge, was undoubtedly his business manager, Kia Morgan. Now, Kia was actually arrested and charged with elderly abuse, forgery, and fraud. Stanley's attorney even had to file a restraining order against Kia, accusing him of taking advantage of Stanley's impaired hearing, vision, and judgment, moving Lee from his longtime family home and preventing family and associates from contacting him. Bro, this guy was charged with false imprisonment. I had no idea what that even was. And when I looked it up, he was accused of moving Stan Lee in the last months of his life to an undisclosed location and cutting off all access to his close friends, staff, and business associates. That is insane. And looking into all of this, I stumbled upon this tweet from Stan Lee just 5 months before he passed away at 95 years old. And it reads, "My only partner and business manager is Kia Morgan, and not all the other people making false claims." He then attaches a video kind of going through all of this. Maybe Alex will play a clip or two.
Rose, it has come to my attention that many people contact other companies or other people trying to get in touch with me. I just want to go on the record as saying I have only one partner, only one person who does represent me, and that's Kia Morgan.
And in it, if you pay attention, he constantly looks over to the left to read what we can only presume is the scripts or the notes of what he was supposed to say. Kia then comments on this post, "Thank you, Stan. Knowing you is one of the greatest honors of my life. Like Michael Jackson used to always tell us, Stan is the greatest writing genius alive and the psyche of children around the world. Love you, brother." Kia was also accused of stealing money from Stan, withdrawing large sums of money from his account, and the list goes on. Now, when these accusations actually went to trial, he was found not guilty by an LA court. Kia Morgan walked away free with no conviction. He did not serve any jail time related to the case, and all charges were dismissed or dropped after the trial. And what makes this whole situation even sadder is that a year before Stan passed away, his wife passed away. And you want to know how the people around him allegedly reacted to his wife's death? Here's a quote from a report that The Guardian did. "Since the death of Liam's wife, there had been multiple men who tried to attach themselves to Stan in his various businesses to manage his affairs." So yeah, his wife dies, and allegedly a bunch of people try and scramble and attach themselves to his fortune and businesses. Man, Hollywood
his
truly
network?
sounds like one of the most horrific environments to ever find yourself in. Anyway.
Because Hollywood, they be doing some weird shit there, bro. So, for sure.
Now that you get the background of all of this, John Balderjack then comes along saying that he's going to expose all of it. And in the literal words of his documentary trailer,
This isn't speculation, it's all on camera. Undeniable,
This is old Stanley coming at you.
No, you're not old.
irrefutable,
I thought I was finished, but apparently I'm not.
no ambiguity.
so let me get this straight. Bro sat on irrefutable, undeniable video evidence of Stan getting exploited for 6 years? And only now? You want to make it public? I mean, when you look at it like that, it's not hard to see why his trailer now has more than double the dislikes than it has likes. Now, if we head over to the actual Kickstarter for this project, the description reads, "A roller coaster of drama and duplicity. Stan Lee, the final chapter, is the story of how comic book legend Stan Lee landed in the middle of a scandal as wild as any superhero saga." A scandal as wild as any superhero saga? Bro, what superheroes are we referring to?
Spider-Man, probably. Most likely Spider-Man. But like, if you think about it, I think the reason why he didn't post it earlier was probably because, like, you know.
Hey, yo, Chris, you fucking Mexican nigga. I'll fucking kill you. I'll strangle you and your cartel niggas, nigga. Fuck up before I kill you, nigga.
See, it was probably because, like, I don't know.
The
What was I trying to
Avengers,
say again? What was I trying to say
any
again?
superheroes.
Yeah, it was probably because, like, you know, he was trying to gather up evidence and stuff. That's the best thing, I think.
Saga. A scandal?
I ain't even that dark. I ain't even that right now.
Yeah.
As wild as any superhero saga? Bro, what superheroes are we referring to? The Avengers? The Age of Exploitation? The Guardians of the Retirement Home? The Fantastic Fraud? Wild description. Under the title, What Will the Money Allow Us to Do? He names a bunch of things, you know, like casting, wardrobe, hair and makeup, editing, visual effects, color correction, all of those things. He then talks about the rewards that you would receive when donating to this. We are thrilled to offer you a selection of the coolest and most high-quality rewards as a thank you for supporting Stan Lee, the final chapter. We have partnered with some of the best comic retailers in the business to create this set of sweet products.
I swear you got that shit from ChatGPT, bro. Maybe you don't. Try to use work it.
Don't call me that nigga. What the fuck? You gay as hell.
that we would be proud to own ourselves. Bro, this Kickstarter has 60 tiers of reward.
So, like, pay. Why the hell did they bad?
What's? Let me read you just some of them.
4,000, 10,000?
60 tiers of rewards. Let me read you just some of these. You know, we've got a signed limited edition photo for $125. He's got 125 left. We've got a Stan Lee LA tour with the director, and that costs about $500. Oh, and we've even got a shout out in the credits costing $10,000. And then you've got about 60 plus more variations of these rewards. Then if you go over to the comments in the Kickstarter, everyone that has commented, I literally looked for one positive one, couldn't find one. They have all paid to gain access just so they can call out this documentary. And saying things like, a documentary about abuse shouldn't need 60 plus reward options to get people to want to donate. Like, the cause of it should be enough. And not like a signed photo, you know? G. Dell says, for those new here, people cannot leave a comment unless they donate, so I'm leaving $1 as a temporary donation. I have backed dozens of projects across the years on here, and I finally stumbled upon the first real red flag project. 60 tiers is absurd beyond belief. Not even the most technological advanced projects around here would consider such an odd number. This is just straight up exploiting the legacy of Stan Lee or stepping on his grave. Mad Little Pixel said, this seems
We're supposed to be his friend and he's actually putting money on it. Let's set it for free. Though I don't know. Sound better.
So you gotta
exploitative as well. I get people want to make money, gotta make money. But you have like 60 reward tiers. There's no justice for Stan Lee, just more people making money off his name. You filmed everything and said nothing just to wait years later to sell your story, watching him suffer while you did. Jack. Sad. Muhanda Bala said, seriously dude, if you wanted people to know about what happened, you could have released this on YouTube. You would have reached a huge audience, but instead you recorded Stan for 3 years knowing that you could use it for a profit. I mean, even if you released it on YouTube, one would have been close to free, and two, you still would have made money with AdSense. And don't get me started on the budget. $300,000? You haven't even done a proper breakdown of the budget. Instead, you just listed different departments that need to get paid. I guarantee you, you can make this film for about 10 to 15K. I pledge $1 to leave this comment. I'm not gonna read them all. You get the point. Now, so far, John has raised just under $50,000, and this has only been out for a few days. So it's safe to say that not everyone agrees with, these comments. Others could argue that individuals at Netflix, they profit from releasing documentaries on sensitive subjects all the time. And yeah, I mean, fair enough. I don't necessarily think it's the profit that people are having the issue with. I think it's more of just the feeling about how it's all gone down. He's Stan's friend, and he personally filmed it all. I don't think people at Netflix are filming the wild documentaries that they put out and be like, yeah, I could have said something, done something, but, we chose to... And then also asking the public for money to help release it, and then also overly commercializing it. I feel like that's where the tone of where this all goes wrong. To be fair, there's no doubt that releasing this footage could help, bring justice to those who may have exploited Stan. And if the stuff is in there, like,
said, oh yeah, where we going?
Wouldn't the people want, since he already did it like this, wouldn't they want to take it down? They're gonna try their hardest to take it down.
Undeniable, then that needs to get out now, because where was that when the trial was going on? So it's definitely needed, but the way that it's getting out there, wild. Also, in the spirit of fairness, we do need to wait for him to acknowledge and make his statement about why he's done it the way that he's done, because as of right now, without his comment, man, it seems sus. Anyway, if and when that comment does come, I'll make an update, but ultimately, what do you guys think? Is this just exploiting the Stan Lee name further, or is he got good intentions, but, just went about it the wrong way, and he didn't realize how bad it would come off?
I think he should have started leaking. Actually, they're gonna know it's him and probably try getting in a fight.
It code be either, but let me know. I love you all, and I will catch you later this week or maybe next week. Until then, see you later. Woo!
Mistreating Stan Lee, bro. He's literally the GOAT. Spider-Man, all this stuff.
I actually might be getting.
So if you're helping him, you start abusing him. That's just weird.